Unlike the piano, where you have a different position for every chord or for every scale, the guitar allows us to play just one chord or just one scale and move it up across the fretboard to change the key or the chord. Take, for example, the chord in first position of A major, with your pinky, your ring finger, and your middle finger. If you move it up one fret, you will have A major, A sharp major. Then B major, C major, C sharp major, D major, and so on. Take A minor in first position, move it up one fret, A sharp minor, B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor. Now, any of the chords in first position can be moved up the fretboard to change the chord name, or even any scale can be moved up. The chords that can be moved up are the chords in first position, the ones in first position of C, A, G, E, D. To memorize this, you can just remember the word caged, which will also become useful later on for scales. Now for the sixth string instead, we will use the E form, E major, omitting the index finger as we did before. Move it up one fret and we have F major, F sharp major, G major, G sharp major, A major. If this is your first time playing an F major chord, you'll have to dedicate a little bit of practice to it. Barré chords are a little tricky. The same goes for A sharp major on the fifth string. With time and practice, the muscle between the index and the thumb will grow in size and grow stronger also. Another thing before starting with the first exercise of the video, you can play fifth string major chords by using a barré with only your ring finger, this way. Okay, let's play the first exercise of the video. Let's play a new progression with some arpeggios. This sounds a little like the band Eels. In general, lots of 90s rock bands like Radiohead and Blur, used predominantly major chords in some of their songs. The minor chords on the sixth string can be quite hard to pull off, especially the F minor chord on the first fret. Especially on acoustic or a classic guitar, which I suggest you practice on to get results faster. So this is the E minor chord, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, A minor. Let's do another exercise with the minor chords with the root on the sixth string. We've seen the A and E chords of the caged system. We could theoretically play the other first position chords up the fretboard, but that will be kind of impractical. Here's the C. Here's C major in the first position. Omit the finger. Then C sharp, D sharp, always major. This is D sharp. This was D sharp, E major. Now this E major, this E major, and this other E major are the same chord. They sound a little different, but the C major in first position used for E major is useful for playing thirds and sweep picking. More on intervals and scales in the next lectures. The point I'm making is that even if you won't typically play the caged chords up the neck when playing the guitar rhythmically, it's a good idea to practice them as they'll become useful later on. So, we played C, A, now there's G. Move it up one fret and you have G sharp major, A major, A sharp major, B major. And finally, the D major or minor chord. Let's do the major. Omit the index finger like we did before and play it. This is D major. This is D sharp major. This is E major. F major. F sharp major. G major, and so on. Let's proceed with the last exercise. The ending will open up the barré positions to both show you the impracticality but interesting perspective of the caged chords and where the rhythm guitar shines the most, in my opinion, having the open strings fill in the harmonic gaps by themselves. It's one of the reasons why bands like Sonic Youth messed so much with tunings, I believe. We'll discuss the new chords played in the next video. Theory allows us to understand music better and to discuss it more efficiently with other musicians. The ultimate judge will always be your ear, though, so remember that. See you in the next video.